Hi, I'm children's book author and teacher Shannon Anderson, and today I'm going to be talking to you about something close to my heart, and that is about being kind. So you can probably see that I like all kinds of kindness sayings. In a world where you can be anything, be kind, and it's cool to be kind. I have a kindness club at my school, and we do all kinds of things for people around the school and in the community. I also am working on a book right now called A Deed a Day that is about an experiment that I did with my family where we did a good deed a day for a whole year, and we recorded it in a deed diary. But today what I'm here to talk to you about is a story that I wrote many years ago. It's called Vulture and Hummingbird, and it's a story that I wanted to share about an unlikely friendship between a vulture, who's kind of cranky, and a hummingbird who is actually very happy and wants to be kind to everyone. So when you think about the birds, vultures and hummingbirds in real life, in nature, vultures are kind of loners, and they're looking for like roadkill and things like that to eat, versus hummingbirds. They just look so beautiful and colorful and cheerful, and they flit around looking for sweet things like nectar and beautiful flowers. So that's why I decided to use Vulture and Hummingbird as my characters in the book. And I wanted to show a story where kindness, which isn't always the easiest thing to give, right? Sometimes when someone is not being kind to you, it's hard to keep being kind. But I want to show you how kindness always wins. There's always a time for everything. So think about like laughter, for example. There's a good time to laugh, like when someone tells a good joke, you're watching a funny movie, things like that. But there are also times when it's not good to laugh, like when someone's hurt or someone falls. And just like snuggling in a nice warm blanket, there's a time for that, like when you're cold in the winter time, or when you just want to snuggle with someone and have some cuddling time. But then there are also times that it's not good to snuggle in a big heavy blanket, like when it's 90 degrees outside and sunny. You wouldn't want to go outside and do that, right? But kindness is one of those things that no matter what the time, no matter what the circumstances, it's always right. Kindness always wins, and it's always the right thing to do. So I want you to think about that. So I'm going to go ahead and read this story, and we can talk a little bit about Vulture and Hummingbird and how Vulture realizes that it's kind of nice when people are kind to you. Vulture's favorite pastimes were branch testing and grumbling. Hummingbird zipped around all day looking for things to add to his happy list. One day, Hummingbird noticed Vulture in a tree. Cool, a supersized feathered friend. Oh, great, thought Vulture. Who's this perky pint-sized pipsqueak? Hummingbird flew over. Hi, I'm Hummingbird. Grumped Vulture. What you gonna do today? Asked Hummingbird. You're looking at it. Hummingbird tried again. Want to help me look for things to add to my happy list? Sure, here's one. Leave, and I'll add that to my happy list. Hummingbird shrugged. I'll leave if it makes you happy. So already, I think you're probably getting a taste of their personalities. So Vulture is not saying very nice things. He's not being very kind. And Hummingbird's trying to reach out and trying to show kindness and trying to bring some joy to this giant bird sitting by himself up in a tree. One thing I want to point out too is it says that Hummingbird has a happy list, and you can see he's got this tiny list and this tiny little pen, and his happy list is not about things that make him happy. It's about how he can make others happy. And whenever he is making someone else happy in some way, then he adds that to his happy list. It's kind of like the day-to-day diary that I did with my family, where when we reached out and did something for someone and they received joy or smiled or were happy, we would add that to our happy list, our deed diary, to show that this was a way that we were able to bring joy or happiness to someone else. Okay, so back to the story. I'm back. Did you miss me? How are you? Let's see. It's cold. I have a bald head. so I'm freezing. I can help you. Hummingbird flitted off and returned hours later. I'm gonna cover up this picture. This is pretty funny. I knitted this for you, announced Hummingbird. You can't be serious. I am not wearing this ridiculous hat. Are you ready for it? It looks good on you, insisted Hummingbird. Hey, want to play hide and seek? No, I mean, yes, you go hide. Vulture flew to a faraway tree to spend the rest of the day in peace. I don't think he's going to play hide and seek. I'm the best hider. You never found me. Vulture rolled his eyes. Guess what? I'm making you a friendship necklace. Yippee, I can't wait. Vulture mumbled. Hummingbird beamed. Woohoo! I'll go finish it now. It took all of Hummingbird's strength to carry the friendship necklace back to Vulture. Vulture could see him coming. The necklace dangled from Hummingbird's beak, but Vulture wasn't the only one who noticed him. Uh-oh. A curious cat saw the string and began chasing after it as Hummingbird flew. If Hummingbird didn't fly faster or higher, he was going to become a bonus snack to go with this colorful cat toy. Vulture's beak formed a rare smile. Now this is funny. Where's a happy list when you need one? Hummingbird pumped his bitty wings as hard as he could. The cat clawed the yarn and brought Hummingbird down with it. Hummingbird squeaked as the cat pounced, trapping the necklace under his paw. Vulture sighed and yelled over to the Hummingbird. Just let that worthless piece of string go, you crazy bird. Hummingbird dropped the necklace and flew off. His heart pitter-pattered. So there, Vulture is actually showing some kindness. He cares that this bird is going to get eaten if he doesn't get away from the necklace. Thanks for saving me, Vulture. Hummingbird's eyes welled up with tears. I'm sorry about your necklace. Vulture stared. Until now, he'd seen Hummingbird only happy. His grumpy heart felt a strange twinge. He didn't know what to do, so he flew off. Hummingbird sat watching the cat tear apart the necklace he'd worked so hard on. Now, he could be upset about that. He could be mean about that or grouchy, but he pulled out his happy list, took a deep breath, and added, I made a cat happy today. Hummingbird was about to head off to his favorite patch of flowers when Vulture appeared. So isn't that a positive way of thinking about it? Even though it didn't work out for his friendship necklace to go to Vulture like he had planned, he did make a cat happy. He sat by Hummingbird and plopped his hat on his head. You don't have to be sad about the friendship necklace because, well, you already gave me a friendship hat. Hummingbird popped up, smiled, and wrapped his colorful wings around Vulture's neck with the biggest hug a little hummingbird could muster. Hummingbird beamed. I'm glad we're friends. This is going to go on the top of my happy list today. Vulture hadn't had a friend in years. It felt pretty good, even if his friend was a perky pint-sized pipsqueak. Hey, do you want to help me knit a sweater? Asked Hummingbird. There's a little dog in the snow that's shaking and shivering. And so now Hummingbird is trying to get his new friend to do an act of kindness with him. And look, they make this sweater. Do you think the dog appreciates the sweater? I bet he does. So I wanted you to see this story about how, Hummingbird is a happy little guy and he wants to make others happy. And he tries really hard and Vulture's not very kind back to him most of the time. But then towards the end, Vulture realizes how nice it is to have someone care and to have someone do nice things and to be kind and to be loved. And so in the end, kindness does win over Vulture. And so what I want you to think about is a couple of things. First off, maybe you could make a happy list, or kind of like a deed a day where you do something kind for someone and you record it because it's something that made someone else happy. So that's a way that you can make a difference and that you can spread kindness. And remember, kindness is always the right thing and kindness always wins.